Hi guys, welcome back to Python for Kids. Today we are going to learn about variables. So a variable is something we want the computer to remember. So the variable means something. Something means anything which we want the computer to remember is called variables. So actually, um, we we create variables to store information. So um, to, uh, some members may ask, why do we really create variables? But the use of creating variable is to store information. And even Python can remember several types of values. They are like numbers, examples like 7, 42, and 98.6. You can see here the digital number. Here even the second one is strings like letters, strings like words, and strings like sentences. Here you can even see an example of variable. Here you can see that the variable is actually my name. Here you can see that there is no gap in between. Instead of gap, we are using this underscore. So we use this underscore to reduce the gap. If you actually variables actually variables do not allow you to have space. So if you don't use space, the words in the words will be jumbled and it cannot be a proper sentence or some word or some letter, right? So that's why we use this underscore to separate these words. So that's why you can see here an underscore. And here we even use is equal to symbol. And actually, is equal to is a variable, and it is equal to is to assign a value to a variable. So actually we a variable is used to assign a value to a variable, so we use this symbol called is equal to. And here you can see the variable, the value Krishna is assigned to this variable called my name. Here the string means the string of letters, the string of words, or the string of sentences. So you can use even the letter or the word or the sentences. But you need to remember one thing, that if whenever you're using any string, you need to use quotes, a singular quote or double quotes or triple quotes when it is a lengthy sentences. And when you're using numbers, you don't need to use string quotes, because these are integers. We do not use um, quotes for this. Let's go to the next one. Now we are into the variable rules. So a variable name in Python should start with a letter. I'm telling only these three variables. There are a lot of variables, but I am only telling these three because these three are the very important variable rules, or even we need to follow them. So actually, a variable name in Python should start with a letter. So every variable should start with a letter. If you start with a number or underscore, it just gives an syntax error that okay, so this should be not happening again, because this is not the way how you need to write a variable. It just gives a type of invalid syntax error. So so to avoid these errors, you use a letter. So you can use a letter means up to A to Z. So you can use any letter, anything. So even it can be any capital letter or small letter, but you have to start with a letter. It can be any letter, but start with only a letter. And then the next one is the rest of the variables can include letters, numbers, and underscores. So the second one is the um, actually the rest of the variables can include letters, number, and underscores. If you start once you start a variable with a letter, you can actually um, uh, again continue with letters, numbers, or underscores. So if you started with a, you can write apple, apple next to the apple, or a1, or a underscore, and something. So that's the way how you can use it. And next, variables are case sensitive. So if you make a little small mistake, it is very sensitive that gives a error immediately. So now let's go to the demo, because demo is very important, and I'm showing you the demo because you can understand even more betterly. So here you can see that here um, we can see here it is a variable called name, and you can even see that the variable is starting with a letter, and this is equal symbol, is equal to means assigning a value to a variable, and this Manu is assigning to a variable called name. And now when you enter name, you get a answer as Manu. So inside the name you have Manu. And now let's see what happens if you actually keep one name. So you can see here it gives an advanced syntax, but let's see if now let's run it. Here I gave the same, but I just used the one here, and just pop out an invalid syntax error that line 1 should be not there. Here, so that's why we are saying that always need to use capital letters. Here you can see the next one. The next example is related to the variables can are case sensitive. So actually here you can see the print name. Here name is a variable. The name here is actually all of the small, but here for the n it is capital and rest of it small. So when you actually keep here, it says that name is not defined, because if I give a small n here, it gives Manu, because actually uh, I just wrote what the correct variable assigned to the the value assigned to the variable, so that it would be correct. So that this is the way. So this is the way how you actually and this way the variables are case sensitive. And I'm also going to now show you a sum. So here you can see an hashtag addition. Here this is actually not apart from the sum. This is actually just for us to remember that okay, so this program is like addition. And here you can see we actually created three variables, and the x is the first variable, y the second variable, and the z the third variable, x, y, z. Yeah, so here we use int. So int is to convert a number or string to an integer, and then input, probably the last class we learned what is input, right? To actually read, okay, so you know what is input. And then here we actually wrote a sentence called specify the first value. This is a questioning sentence. Here the same followed by the x. Here when you come to the variable z, here we did some mathematical logical problem. Here we added two variables, x plus y. So when you add x plus y, you think, how is this even possible? Yeah, because actually x, when you actually reload this, the question will come specify the first value. So if I give here 5 and the second value is 4, uh, x means 5, so it will be 5 here, and y means 4, so it will be 4 here, and then the answer will be 9, and z will be 9. So here the answer will be copied in, it will be stored in the z value. So here we actually wrote z. And in the the before session, we actually learned how to print high, the first video, the introduction video about the the biological, the biography one, biography program. Here actually we use the print, and we use two commas, comma comma, quotes, and comma comma. So here instead of quotes, commas, everything, we use the the string formatting letter. So a string formatting, yeah, if you don't know how to use a string formatting, you need to write f here, and then you can enter the sentence as usual. You actually wrote here there hi, and here in the circular bracket, in the cursive brackets, we wrote Z, means the answer will be copied. So if I actually load this, it's asking me to specify the first value. I will give 23 4. Yeah, it will be, you can give a lot. I'll give this much. I'll go to from backward. 21. So gives the specify. So here you can see that these questions and this one are printed, and here the z means these two numbers are added, and here it's giving the answer. So this is how we actually do this. Sam actually told you a program, and if you enjoy my video, thanks, and like, share, and subscribe to my channel, guys. And my channel name is Let's Learn with Manu. So I know that you are the great learners and you learn very fast, so that's why subscribe to my channel, and bye guys.